Hi everybody and welcome back to Kevin's Upfront Opinion today. So at the moment I'm trying to multitask because as you can see I've got my daughter Jasmine with me at the moment and she's complaining for her usual ice pole. So what I thought I'd do, because obviously being Down syndrome month this month, I thought I'd do a video basically how we found out that Jasmine here, sweat her hair slightly, was going to have Down syndrome. Because originally, most women will normally have an injection where they take a bit of fluid. And they can find out by doing a simple test, which I think is about 12 weeks, if there's going to be any problems with the baby. Now, the problem that we always had, and my wife spoke to me about this on many occasions, and we've got 5 children together, and I'm trying not to laugh at the moment, that there's always a risk of miscarriage. And because of the type of person I am, I'm not very good with sympathy. Trust me, I'm the person that didn't even cry at my grandfather's funeral. Okay, so I always said to my wife, if you don't want to do it, then don't do it. I've got no problem with that. So for all 5 of our children, and Jasmine's the 4th one, we never did any of those tests. So what basically happened with us was when my wife went in for her 20-week scan, where they would normally find out, the sex of the baby and all the bits and pieces that are normally checked. They flagged up a slight concern because they were looking at the heart, and I remember them still to this day, there's 2 women in there, and they said to us, would you mind coming back in tomorrow? No. And we both said no, fine, that's no problem. So we come back in tomorrow for another scan, but was with a heart consultant, and this was at Queen Alexandra Hospital in Portsmouth. And the guy that we saw, to be honest, he was a jerk. There's no other way to put it. And I've known a lot of doctors in my time. He was a point blank jerk. Even after Jasmine was born, the guy that was in charge of NICU and everything even said he was a dick. And that comes from him, not from me. Okay. So he did a scan on my wife and looked at Jasmine's heart and everything. And he basically said to us, he said, no hope, terminate right now. And as you can see, Jasmine is still alive. She's nearly 6. Pain in the neck at times, but she is nearly 6. Okay, you've been a good girl today. No. There you go. No. You ever good? Mummy. Papi. Oh no, Papi. You want to see Babby in a minute? Yeah. Okay, we'll go upstairs to see Babby in a minute. Okay, so the irony was, one of the diabetes nurses happened to walk in and stopped the appointment straight away and kicked us out of the room. Me and my wife got kicked out of the room. And you're going to give that to everybody? No, my mummy. Mummies. Okay. So, as I was saying, we got kicked out of the room, and they did a referral for us to go all the way down to the maternity hospital in Southampton, and we went to see a few doctors. They completely rescanned, and they basically said to us, look, this is the problem. Jasmine's, I think it was right ventricle, was well undersized. As things stand at the moment, this is what we got told, that she wasn't viable. That if we carried on, and if the right ventricle didn't catch up in size, at birth she will die. No. as you can see, the right ventricle did catch up, and we carried on. And obviously she had what's known as a AVSD TOF repair, which is a very complex operation at the end of the day. And at the time, we got told there was a 99.999999% chance she was going to have Down syndrome. And I still remember talking to Dr. Black. He's a lovely guy, absolutely brilliant. He was a nice guy, wasn't he, Dr. Black?
No.
He was a doctor. And he drew us a picture of Jasmine's heart, how it actually looked, and how and he did this upside down. And he then did another picture. You going upstairs now?
Yeah.
Okay. You can give me a kiss. Right, see you in a minute, baby. Alright, you be good. Yeah, so as I said, he did this upside down. And he did one for what the heart was supposed to look like. And I remember saying to him, so there's still a chance that she won't have Down syndrome. And he said, no, she's going to have Down syndrome. And I remember saying to him, I said, I don't know anything about Down syndrome. I'd never even heard of it at the time. You know, and whether you want to call me naive or stupid or any of those types of things, you know, I probably was naive. I'd never known anybody in my life with Down syndrome. I'd probably seen them and just not really thought about it. And the irony was, because the advice I got from Dr. Black, who's a heart consultant, he said, go home, do your research, which I did. And the day that Jasmine was born, I walk out of the hospital. I still remember it as clear as day to this day. I walk out of hospital, out of the main entrance, walk across the road to the bus stop, and I see a Down syndrome child coming out. And I thought, what irony that is. Now, obviously, as you've seen Jasmine with me, you know, it's hard for me to say that she can't cheer anybody else up. So, you know, that's basically what happened to us. You know, most people, they don't go through something like that because obviously we had always refused to do the tests because part of us always knew there was a risk because obviously Jasmine's coming up for 6, so I would have been 41 when she was born. So we knew the fundamental risks, and my wife would have been, what, 39 at the time? So we always knew that there was risks. And we didn't really care. So that was our philosophy at the time. So obviously, thanks for listening. Obviously, if you are new to the channel, if you could please give us a follow or subscribe, and give us a like and share as well. But for now, thanks for watching, and we'll speak to you again a bit later.